It was a marionette, I think. It had a big head. The face was made of wrinkly, flesh-colored rubber. The eyes were gigantic, bulging white orbs with red pupils. The hair was black, made of some hard substance that didn't mesh with rubbery head. The teeth were gigantic, pure white, and capable of moving up and down. The body and limbs were wooden, painted to resemble the clothes. But the paint was faded. You could see the wood's natural brown in some places. Each arm and leg was a different length, but the hands and feet were pretty detailed. It made a loud clattering sound whenever it moved. The puppet followed me. I don't mean it got up and chased me. I meant it kept showing up in my life. My earliest memory of it was from my first birthday. I obviously don't remember the full details of that birthday, but I remember my parents singing happy birthday, and that puppet, I don't know what it was there for. I just remember it scared me to death and I couldn't stop crying. When I was able to talk, I asked my parents about it. They said nothing like that happened on my first birthday. They must have thought lying about it just would make things easier for me. The next time I saw it, I was around 3. I was exploring a room filled with old stuff my parents had stored away, and I found the calendar. But I don't remember the year. There was a photo for each month, but the only one I remember was October. The puppet was the image for it. I got scared and ran out of the room. I told my mom and tried to show her the calendar so that she'd know that the puppet was real, but I couldn't find it. The room had been very messy, and I had ran out of it so quickly I knocked over a pile of stuff, and I guess the calendar got buried. I was 6 when it happened again. It was the middle of the night, and I woke up from a nightmare, and I can't remember the exact details of it. I was too scared to go back to sleep, so I went to the living room and turned on the TV. An old white and black show on Nick at night was ending, and when the commercial started, that puppet came on. It was dancing while loud music played. I screamed and started crying uncontrollably. But by the time my parents got downstairs, the puppet was gone. I didn't see the puppet again for a while after that, but I kept having nightmares about it. When I was 15, I decided to track it down using the internet to try to find information about the calendar. The short, like anything, I just couldn't. No one had ever heard about it, but one day I got an instant message from someone I never talked to before. Their screening was a random mashup of numbers and letters, but their avatar was a picture of the puppet. They IM'd me. Glad that you still remember me. They immediately signed off. They never contacted me or came online again. When I was 20, I walked by a store that sold all toys and dolls, and in front of the window I saw the puppet. I went inside and asked the clerk if he knew anything about the puppet's history, when it was made, where it was from, anything. He didn't. Said the puppet had just been sold to the store a few days ago and I could have it for $6. I wasn't sure what to do with it. It still scared me, but having proof that it really existed seemed like a good idea. I bought the puppet and took it home. For a while, I felt better. I viewed the puppet as a childhood fear that I had overcome as an adult. Even started to believe the explanation my parents had given me for the past appearances. I kept the puppet, but as I moved on in life, I pretty much forgot about it. I finished college, got married. My wife should be giving birth in a few weeks now. I was cleaning up a room for when the baby comes and found the puppet, dusty and abandoned. I didn't want my kid seeing it when he was little, so I picked it up and decided I might as well wipe the dust off of it and before moving it to another place. When I dusted it, I noticed a fade inscription on the back. It said, "This is what he'll look like." Before I could start to figure out what this meant, I heard my wife started to cry. I rushed to her. She looked more sad than I've ever seen her before. Sobbing, she told me that the doctor had just called. There was something wrong with the baby.